Ah, you've returned. It is time for chapter 37. Tonight I will share a story that was once told to me by a nurse who worked the late shift at a large hospital many years ago. Hospitals can feel very different after midnight. The hallways grow quiet. Most patients are asleep, and the soft hum of machines becomes the only sound echoing through the corridors. Yet in some hospitals, the elevators seem to move even when no one calls them. The nurse often worked the overnight shift on the third floor of the building. Her duties were routine, checking patient charts, walking quietly through the hallways, and occasionally using the elevator to carry supplies between floors. One evening, just after midnight, she stepped into the elevator to return to her station. The doors closed. The elevator began its slow descent, but before reaching the lobby, it stopped unexpectedly. The doors opened onto a dim hallway she did not recognize. For a moment she assumed someone had called the elevator from that floor, but the corridor was empty. The lights flickered faintly above the silent hallway, and no footsteps echoed nearby. After several seconds, the doors closed again, and the elevator continued downward. The nurse returned to her work without thinking much about it. But the same thing happened again the following night. Once again, the elevator stopped on that same unfamiliar floor. Once again, the hallway beyond the doors was completely empty. The nurse stepped out briefly to look around, but she saw no room numbers she recognized, and when she checked the elevator panel again, something strange caught her attention. There was no button for that floor. The hospital had only 5 floors, yet the elevator had clearly opened somewhere between the 3rd floor and the lobby. When she mentioned the incident to an older nurse, the woman became very quiet. Then she explained something that most of the newer staff had never been told. Many years earlier, before the hospital had been renovated, an older wing of the building had once occupied that exact location. It contained several patient rooms that were eventually closed after a tragic incident. When the new wing was built, the old floor was sealed and removed from the official building plans. But the elevator shaft had never been completely altered. Some late-night staff members claimed the elevator occasionally stopped there even now. The doors would open briefly, revealing a quiet hallway that technically no longer existed. And if someone stepped out, the elevator would close and continue its journey without them. Another whispered story from Japan, shared quietly here beside the kotatsu. If you ever find yourself alone in a hospital elevator late at night, you may wish to watch the floor numbers carefully, because sometimes the elevator may stop at a place that was removed from the building long ago.